Gud Mornin Salone and development. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yo. The Independent Radio Network, where we they call IRN, the baton we country salon, for make we get level playground. Now IRN don't enough, for make you know about your country. They give voice to youth man them, they give voice to woman them, all political party them, right across the country. You go to the east, IRN, and you go to the west, IRN, you go to the north, IRN, and you go to the south, IRN.
Ebola don't destroy ya, una jella for we. Ebola don't come ya, Corona don't come for Corona. Let me check and serious. Corona don't come for Corona. Mari do touch us you no take. Corona don't come for Corona. Na mini am take. Corona don't come for Corona. Fabula let me check picture. Corona don't come for Corona. It don't come for Corona. Corona don't come for destroy we. It don't come for kill. Me mama, me brother. Remember the kind of low Ebola we don't pass by we. Wash your hands with soap and water. No go share about people there. Any time you feel you body, you just take up now for a street. America, China, una one Corona. Una Italy, Spain, una gel Corona. Una gel lamp for shade. Ebola don't destroy ya. Una gel lamp for we. Ebola don't come ya. Corona don't come for Corona. Let me check and serious. Corona don't come for Corona. Mari no touch us you no take. Corona don't come for Corona. Na mini am take. Corona don't come for Corona. Fabulum let we check with time.
Let we check with time. Let we check with time. Gonna the killer we check with time. And when body contact gonna Israel let we check with time. Be careful me from will gonna know the biggie that young you all see. Call 117 if you suspect anybody they sick or not. Don't judge me for the way they come step now for holy mosque. Everybody is the caution way they eat step now for washing hands.
America, China, una one Corona. Una Italy, Spain, una gel Corona. Una gel lamp for shade. Ebola don't destroy ya. Una gel lamp for we. Ebola don't come ya. Corona don't come for Corona. Let me check and serious. Corona don't come for Corona. Mari no touch us you no take. Corona don't come for Corona. Na mini am take. Corona don't come for Corona. Fabulum let we check with time. Hello Corona.
Yes, now.
Oh, na me the shot na back home from Chicago. Who's I there now?
Well, I think I Ghana or Jamaica.
Hey.
I don't even go to Italy. I don't come back Salone. But Salone people there, they know what I am. But I don't get show. They ask for life.
If Corona, I don't know say we Salone now. Who get which cut? Who get pancake? Who get chop for the man? They go for chef. They get you. They back by.
The Independent Radio Network, IRN, don't enough king for Gud Mornin Salone and development. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yo. The Independent Radio Network, where we they call IRN, the baton we country salon, for make we get level playground. Now IRN don't enough, for make you know about your country. They give voice to youth man them, they give voice to woman them, all political party them, right across the country. You go to the east, IRN, and you go to the west, IRN, you go to the north, IRN, and you go to the south, IRN. IRN say yes to tolerance. We all get we rights. IRN say no to violence. No mix perfect like a blabber. But we all work together with one word. Cause now so we go up for make salon. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. Brother, sister, mama, papa, una yeri yo. And well body business, quality education.
Good evening and welcome to this special program called Talk, where they reach you from different radio stations across the country. Now the Salone Association of Journalists, SLAJ, and the Independent Radio Network, IRN, come together for bring this program to you as part of the SLAJ Corona Response Initiative. Me where they bring the program come to you, my name na Patricia Ganda, and my co-presenter
na Mary Siafoya.
Fambul, there with me for the next 4 hours. We forget the latest news and information around the country inside the day 2 of the lockdown as we go get Master Sabi people them at the studio for talk to you. And we also go get people there online. We go able for talk to you about the ideas on this COVID-19 coronavirus situation.
We also hope for gets na the studio Dr. Samba Jallo and in the Secretary General of the Medical and Dental Association. We're going to talk more about the public education on the COVID-19 sickness, and also Harold Thomas, who are the communication lead, Emergency Operations Center.
Haji Injai, now lecturer Department of Biological Studies FBC, and a lecturer microbiology, College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences Commerce. Now research fellow University of Wisconsin, Madison, USA. Same way so, we go talk to the president of the Salone Bar Association, and if time permits we go same way so talk to Muhammad Haji Kela, when a head psychosocial pillar, Emergency Operations Center, EOC.
And not forget to say this nice special program where they reach you about the coronavirus pandemic and with a broadcast from different radio stations across the country. Now the Salone Association of Journalists and the Independent Radio Network come together for bring this program to you as part of SLAJ Corona Response Initiative, and with a broadcast from Radio Democracy on FM 98.1 and also on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, where also the support and powered by AfriCell. Members of yourself can access the program through Radio Democracy 98.1 FM Facebook page.
Kamara.
Now, I haven't forbidden to force somebody way through this electronic media, here who they watch DSTV or watch other media that will monitor. Three main course appointments within this particular NOD. That's Salam. Those are the two main course appointments security officers they can do. For the other areas, they're all notorious areas. So like first we will do the mining, then I would go on the inside and they will know serious. Yeah, positive for work inside the water, if you're in a dry season. Way for worker, so like now we the youth them, way for mobilize yourself with some of the elders them, with the police, the ONS, the military, we go and show the name first point and they will deploy some young man and they task force to make sure that we safeguard day and night sleep nothing, that's sleepless night okay, for make sure that no bush shaking. As how they with the security then, the security themselves they will sleep. With the patrol. At the borderline there within the township, even if we see strange somebody who not
for talk with the people where they at the borderline and engage one.
Like how the government they tell we because we then are law take them can order them. No say law has to enforce before they can eat. No, this is not the party. Law remember the time when Ibora become lost to fumble them. I no go get this sick here. No, we'll get this sick. Please. So like how no more than for the theory law or big law go under this law. For no more law we say this sick no can I mean advise that. Thank you.
Alright, I still continue for talk with another young man we meet. Impact there for share with you in name and which action impact they take.
Na my name for the Saki. So na me na the commander na so check crossing point. Really, I'm really happy this morning where this man don't come to we. So really, me young action where I don't put in place now the very checkpoint yonder. Really, if somebody come around the Macbelly chief don't wait, I know say the person you know be there with we. We will make sure say with the hold that person they will come go before authorities then Nazimi police station. So they are me I not getting too much for say. I am your advice. So any side with the reach and that checkpoint, I get bucket. I will make sure to let the water in hand before you go any side.
Are they presently in Das Alam community where it be one of the main crossing points back in this part of the country when I'm a college chiefdom. I be careful meet some people who are be careful engage them. Yes, sir, your name, sir?
Me na Amoriti Sheriff Das Alam.
Okay. Mr. Sheriff, what are the action where you take in Das Alam community to make it prevent coronavirus from making not enter there?
One, as the government say, long on our good, such a reason way say, for so long with the wasan, no do the social distancing, and then we avoid strangers, we see the honor. And these 3 days, as long as sit down, now look, and we see sit down our communities there.
Okay. So, waiting now the other issues, the way if we say, where it will be an additional to what you don't just share with you, so we they do still at this community here.
One, like always, like our government say, law not allow any passage from Liberia to Sierra Leone that we show see that day in place.
All right. I still continue for talk with another person when a woman in back to share with you. Her name?
Maria Makroma.
Okay, Madam Maria Makroma, what actually they do in that Salam community here for make sure say yes, coronavirus not enter there.
As government, we don't tell you say more we observe social distance. We do our we wash we hand always. From there, we know they allow cloudy information or corner the community.
Okay. Even see one thing where you put in place before they enter na your veranda. Why make if you say an info wash behind before ever they enter na your
So
veranda?
government don't say for say wasan. Then are the key points for prevent this sickness here.
All right. Tell you plenty. Thank you. Now this be some of the views the way I be able to gather from people this morning. And anyway, the report for IRN. Me na Fodi Jaya Kamara.
Plenty thank you to Fojo Jaya Kamara from Zimi. Now we dey go to Elizabeth Y. Kamara of Justice FM, where they report for we now Rokel and Devil Hole axis.
All citizens across Sierra Leone as long as you grow. Well, for this community, when I Rokel and the whole community, today for the second day of the national lockdown in the country, I be go around and send notes. So the community people in Ayaso, what in themselves don't do in order for help combat the coronavirus, making us spread all about the community. Well, I go start with the Honorable for this constituency when a Honorable Vincent will cover constituency 111. As in the first of all talk to we said, in constituency starts from Hastings onto the whole community. And because of this, they get a large constituency where it's supposed to do something in order for making itself give in support and complements the government's effort in the fight against the coronavirus for the country. Well, Honorable Vincent said we say it will forgive over 200 vertical buckets and set embark on sensitization so in people in Ayaso for create awareness so that waiting the body workman and tell them and will continue for place safe so that it will spread all about in constituency and save the country as a whole. Well, they also tell we say the Companero Hotel self give them 30 Veronica buckets as their support towards the corona fete in the country. As he say, they not mean say because the corona the first corona case in the country now from the constituency it come out. He say but in constituency safe and they not get no problem. And because of that, now that make himself don't they give him support or make sure say the sick then fit them together. And he believes say in people in this part of the country they're very safe. He say and make the all day try for say the government of Salone be able to fight this sick once and for all be done in the country. When as all this they be, other key stakeholders them or key people themselves in this community, themselves don't give them own support in the likes of the headman, where plenty people they call Rambo, where another name they before gimme. Himself say he don't give 10 Veronica buckets to different points in community, and self one organization when a pitch piece then self give 2 Veronica buckets, and the deputy headman where James Usman Brown, where he's a double as the secretary general for the police partnership board Nayaso, instead of give 3 Veronica buckets. The youth chairman when Ezekiel Kroma self begin 10 Veronica buckets, and zona head 3 Upper Simaton self give 2 Veronica buckets when a Mahmoud Sawane, and also they able for make sure say they all come together as one. For me, the all frequent meeting with them people in Ayaso, for me, the first visit together. Well, and so I was saying that this so far, I will forget of the 3-day lockdown of the country. One more time, my name is Elizabeth Y. Kamara. The reports for Justice FM 98.5 in Freetown. And I want to say thank you to all. Let we all continue to play safe and first visit together because we are in this together.
Well, from the local axis, now so we dey go now to Alimami Ture, where we talk to the security them na mile 38.
Well, Fambul, as today mark the last and final day of the national lockdown, we still they go around the country, they look at how security business look like, more especially na the checkpoints them na the country. Presently, I did na mile 30 checkpoints, we na the gateway to the capital city. We want to look at how security business look like here. We dey with the commander for Sika mile 30 checkpoints. We go let for introduce himself. Good day, sir.
Yeah, good day, Mr. Moderator. For the Sori Fofana, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Officer commanding my 38 checkpoints, to be specific.
All right. As we already observe the national 3 days lockdown, how compliance rates look like inside mile 38 and say for the communities?
To me, when I compare and contrast the previous one and this current one look more solid. It's like the message don't they go round, people and they comply fully. And I even go up to Songo yesterday to see how the community they comply. Now the same no more, just like saying one voice and one word. Everybody they observe us at now, meaning we succeed, forget the fight together.
All right. This checkpoint happened for be the gateway to the city. How the issue of passes look like at the checkpoint here?
Well, we they follow instructions where the EOC they give me, because they get 2 passes. You get the inter-district, the electronic pass, we cover all districts, and then get the curfew authorized. Well, if I can explain in brief, this curfew authorized, this 3 days lockdown, now in more get valid. That one way say district authorized, meaning these 3 days we will not observe them, except otherwise we get advice from the EOC before we will allow it pass through. And as I talk, we make sure any motorcar will come from various flanks, both the Freetown, the provinces, and that of the capital city. We vet them with all things they were supposed to do. We do thorough checks, ambulances and other motorcar they pass for make sure we don't get any problem ahead of the job they do with the concerned authorities.
As soon as happen for be security officers and they for man security business na the main gateway to the city, mile 38. Vehicles then can come along with foods and safe medicine and other stuff them for pass through the checkpoints.
Oh yes. Then categories of them vehicles and they will not get much problem with them in terms of pass. We just check, we make sure the essential goods where the person will tell we say, for an example, say a rest we load on a cement or medicines, we look we see, we satisfy the left and go through because it's essential goods. We don't get any problem with them vehicle and they.
What challenges and they will in the facing?
Oh yes, series of challenges because we get series of challenges. not like the issue of these passes, the two categories where I just mentioned to you, Mr. Moderator. We can try to explain, they no can tend to understand, except we can call the colonel for further advice. In can inside, I talk to them, they can understand.
I want to think about for combat some of the challenges there.
Well,
despite calling colonel.
Well, how can go about? We get we phone them where they just can't supply, where they help you regulate the system. They dial the code. From that point of view, we will know exactly whether you get electronic or you no get them. Although some of them knocking one that delays, that's short time safe way. We try for say wait clock check. You know can go, you know can get some people they know can feel good about that. Okay, able professionally manage the event despite the numerous challenges we encounter. The manager well for meet with the requisite policing what they go about now for let the authorities and not get any problem with we.
As earlier when you tell about compliance rates now multi-state checkpoints here, what is exactly we or people of this country get for expect after this 3 days lockdown, much people at this main gateway to the city?
To me, with the expectation for now, the family are really gonna say yes. The police they go extra mile for do what you supposed to do as security agents. In line with it, which we sister forces, we all work collectively. There is cooperation and strong coordination amongst we. So if we, when the police, the community, we all see one side, same way so the community themselves, this support when they don't give we. Now clear indication for sure say this fight will be able to go through because there is no place to go able police without the consent of the community. Now that we make provision, we get the LPPB, now various areas the way they help we support with daily activities because we alone by ourselves not able to do the job. You see, with strength, not able to cover up all sides, but with the community they don't support, the question they don't do so inside this lockdown where we don't see, I'm sure we don't succeed for go through this fight, and very soon everything will die out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
In name na ASP for phone of course the commander for Seka Mile 38 checkpoints for IRN Corona updates inside Mile 38 and safe other communities them inside Lower Quia. Me your name na Alimami Toure.
Plenty thank you, Almami Toure from Mile 38. We go to Musa T. Kamara na Imperi Chiefdom, Bounty District. We go give you situation report from that area there.
Mina Musa T. Kamara, the station manager for Radio Imperi, Bond District. As we all know, Bond District belong 10 positive corona cases. And out of that 10, 2 na from Matrujon and 8 na Imperi Chiefdom, that na Sierra Rotai community. The 10 people then all day na Matrujon on a treatment center. While they don't quarantine Boku people then, where they under quarantine now, and they don't identify more for letting quarantine for then 10 cases then. Presently, like today, na the first day of the lockdown, you see now say the contact tracers then don't they move na 2 groups. One day na Young Chiefdom, where they really deal with 2 communities that are the Matru and the Mongrewa community. The other group, the Imperi Chiefdom, where they deal with 4 villages, 4 communities. One the Nyandehon community, the Mogwemo community, the Moribatan community, and the Pangbama community. Then for identify more contacts and within 10 people that we don't get during the time then they way they not be done get then cases the way they not be done get and swap it. So and then kind of thing then they go on. The first case of the lockdown, the first stage of the lockdown, then at today, everybody they really cooperate with the military and the police where they in street now, then they go up and down and make sure say all man don't really go with the lockdown. For now, people in the fear they even at the company, you know, say this area they are 2 mining companies and they sell rutile and the Vimeco bauxite mining company. So the company itself don't really get the caution because they don't know say now yes. Now this community where about 8 places they don't come out. So that's not the thing. So we get the radio now when a radio in Perry we serve the link up with the IRN and people then they listen, and after that we can come with half community updates then for what would they give them. For now, everything they go on quietly and people then they really then at their various homes then for seriously waiting they happen. Once again, in Musati Kamara for Radio Imperi.
From Radio Imperi Chiefdom na Bonth District, where they come back na Freetong for no waiting they happen. Radio Mount Oriel, CTN reporter Muhammad Abu Conte, bingo Wakana Guard Street and Krojimi community them, and at this evening report.
They in the Guard Street community and talk to people that within their own challenges where they face on this 3 days lockdown.
Abujalo, the experience I get from this 3 days lockdown too. So just outside no more short sleep, cut out. Me from yesterday, I knew we get self for like it's for me self. Past my it's left for my survive. That's why it's so super. No get nothing. The same for the WhatsApp app. They make people get that also because WhatsApp no dey. All for the WhatsApp no dey pass it I can get to go.
So what are the other challenges apart from the water and other things?
Let me see now food facility back no dey safe. Maybe some around my about plasters no dey. People dey stay.
So if they talk to the government, what do you want them to do amidst with all this?
This all about no more let them assist we because like this no it's not sick. Not in a salon no more all over the world. So we take us not to them plan your issue, but at least if we make a small because they are not much we don't able to pass full sell we can able continue to assist yourself.
So I continue to talk to people them on the 3 days lockdown. Really waiting at the experience where they face. So good morning, full name.
Yeah, my name is Alfred.
So Alfred, what are your experience inside these 3 days lockdown?
Well, the experience all in the sense now man and day, but we not get enough food. Provision all day for we. Keep man 3 days, how you will survive? We 7 days we dey feel am because we not get woman. We na street na dey live the life. Yes, sir. You understand? So if they can't keep for 3 days, yes, sir, food not dey. They suffer. At least let them make provision for we. Also for the one day they work, we will not get job. You understand? So now that's make help us see. Although you are sick, we dey prevent yourself, we dey know how they work.
When they follow the preventive measures, the way they say the washing of hands, we not get that boku, all them things, because I see we are not in a clustered group, but we are maintaining rules and the way they say no so.
Yeah, we maintain because if we get rubber and supply we rubber, all the wash and frequently. Then in a one thing we say we dey do them every time. The wash one on that garden, public garden we dey do one. Go sit down 4, 5, I see one make 6, 7, all my perspective.
But what will be your message to the government in relation to the challenges that we face inside this 3 days lockdown?
Yeah, the message is that now the government at least, now Corona day, we self we all know say Corona day. And we self as a youth, them who not get a good job, we sit down, at least let them make provision for we. Why say they keep we 3 days? Make provision for we who self, at least we will feel extra unions. One of my message to the government, let God cure for all this sick, inshallah.
Money no day, we dey sell, no dey see no income. We dey do business, we dey na steals. Remember no people come like me. For like I say on steals, they pay 1 cent. Now they don't give you 3, they don't go for further. Now they do lockdown. Let's say no day. If for it's not day, we begin to suffer. We might be them back to suffer. So now I'm going to wait till I for do for me. For them self, no glad for now. Because not for that. Don't for say they send money, they do not really send. But we the power we say. And then the gentleman and back now they all think they go.
So this 3 day lockdown, how really affect you as a businesswoman?
No business no day. And then they sell and they count single figures how they put us and they sell. I don't get sell and they suffer. For last sell 5 packets self no easy for the day because money no day. They look sufferness in the country. They suffer.
So I still talk to people on this 3 day lockdown waiting at the experience. So good morning, my full name.
They call me an Nat family. 2 years first, you know, do for me, but then the first lockdown, I buy 2 years, and 40,000. They better know they my back how they look so I will succeed for feed them. Yeah, let them do that side. Supply can but not give them a street. If I rest back 40,000 yes. Now that they don't matter for them. I mean, in Kalia to come on. The 3 days lockdown, they lock me, they not eat, no nothing, no day. So, thank you for the long life of everybody. No problem.
What are the challenges and the things that where they affect you inside these 3 days lockdown?
Water no day, don't food no day. People they can't get policeman they run after. They suffer for water. It's not they not give people it's not nothing, but they can't get water back. The policeman they run after people. So now
On a guard streets, we go now go na Kojimi for no waiting safe be happen day.
Because I within the Kojimi community, and I get on to the people we na the residents of Kojimi community.
Well, as far as me know and what I see within the community, this thing really go down well with people. Not even this community itself extended till go inside phobia or outside any side you go really prove and say people are not appreciate what really happen because the lockdown, this coffee order, a boring for each and every Sierra Leonean. A boring. Because if you look, now 2 things are the problem. 1, financial problem. 2, transportation. Remember somebody come on all the way distance from Waterloo for Camfrito. They get for wait for steady coffee order done before you get for fed for transport. So man they pay 2,000-3,000 for can doing business. 2, financial problem. So man in what you can hustle today, 90 today. Nothing of the way you go say you go keep reserve. A big problem. You see, it's very, very big. Damn too difficult. But all ultimately sees that the government they look at as say we the masses, we not candle to them.
When you talk about candle, what thing you tell for talk here?
Well, you know say candle not the way you put on, you light them, you enjoy them. But they get an after effect where it burn the whole body, can ride down. And then when the body they burn, you see it run water. That means to say they cry. Now so the citizens now. Now so the politicians then enjoy the light. We now the candle. Now we skin the bomb. Now we the cry. Now we feel the pinch of this problem. Also. Look at the first lockdown. Just they done now within 1 day, then come back with another one. Within 24 hours, they don't can post another one back. Tell me to how people get settle down. You know the still people they undergo. Now they try to tell you so now we the intervene so now. The people in the street they try for fame what I forget. Blackouts look at under.
And then now Saneke possible they give me. If you are not going to sell 3 days, not wait yourself down there. Na problem down the money not there. Now the one from also sell not there. The market what they sell. To us they go to us. Before I get small tip, what are they eat? If you don't get pin me 3 days, I not get it for you. I not get man. I get 10 picking now. So to disgrace down there. Now you know market for top.
And I continue to get on to people within the Kojimi axis, the 4-bay axis, and also Malta State. On your experience on these 3 days lockdown?
Now we're so happy because they can't really have things to go. Obviously, a problem not there because everybody sitting on us. Everybody they wait for the time we government say now for common because normally we sit down no more not to time this for sit down for run everybody they put time for friend which is the age. Now see no the bolek as long as the government don't pass the law and for safety. We try to do something as least for them we able take the presidents in word and for life then.
So we look at the challenges within the community. Any challenges where the community they face at present?
For now, the challenges in this community they look normal because last year we get water, we get lights, you know. So everything last year okay.
Now they observe the community preventive measures in terms of washing of hands and see that people are not the cluster, that social distancing all when they try for maintenance.
Yes, community last year the big one even banking come on tell me which you for do, which the government tell you what can try for them, and the laws they all which them put concerning about the corona. I believe see the community everybody take that law for Kucham, so everything okay.
I no get water na my house. I no get thing for it. We say na house no more.
So what are you experience on this 3 day lockdown? And what are the things then? Till they don't be there too.
I no get thing for it. I no get water. Na no more.
So if they talk to the government, what do you want let them do amidst any challenges that want to face?
Thing for it, water. Now I want.
Thing for it no dey, water no dey. We no get water. Pass to sell before we get wetin for it. We no sell, we no get thing for it. The other help, we no get thing for it. Na you no more make effort.
Fatmata Sherry. The two they face na this 3 days lockdown. Water business na one. Especially water for cook, wash, other 15 day. I know say I no get thing for it, but I tell God thank you because the life there. But the water business more because we're gonna 3 days. They begin on after we will begin on one like say na craze for craze. But the water business more than our biggest problem for now. With the highlight also okay.
But the community they observe the social distancing and also the preventive measures them for how we able to do this sickness country.
Actually, me I no go work am also dey. I no go say I dey go investigate but person, but for we okay. Because no person at the law, I say I must go. So like me, so me okay.
So now, so we go left with correspondents, them all over the country. But we go give body water. And now we go join Father C and Treasure for do one Corona music for we. And then we go carry it back.
Oh, I love the sound.
Sitting on the fence without no hope, gazing in the blue sky with so much burden, yeah. The sounds of ambulance broadcast everywhere, yeah. You go look in the axe, now it's in there, yeah. Every day that go knock on your door, every day ambulance go pass, yeah. And I saw the case does the increase, the death does the increase, yeah. Papa God sorry for we and take away Corona, yeah. One love to our doctors, yeah. One love to our presenters, yeah. One love to all the spreaders, yeah. One love to our nurses, we save lives, yeah. Shout out to the one day where they risk their life for save another life. Shout out to the one day where they in the front line for fight against Corona. It's a deadly disease, but it keeps save lives, yeah. It's a deadly disease, God increase Corona must go, yeah. One love to all doctors, yeah. One love to all presenters, yeah. One love to all the spreaders, yeah. One love to all writers, we save lives, yeah. Practitioner, they don't tell we. Make we always remember for the worst and make we avoid public gatherings then. And make we left for the shake hand them. Make we know the near people and we sick. Don't forget for wear nose mask. Want for use this time for tell everybody where they fight against Corona. Plenty, thank you. Una bike, una momo, una fellow. God bless you all. Shout out to the one day where they risk their life for save another life. Shout out to the one day where they in the front line for fight against Corona. It's a deadly disease, but it keeps save lives, yeah. It's a deadly disease, God increase Corona must go, yeah. One love to all doctors, yeah. One love to all presenters, yeah. One love to all the spreaders, yeah. One love to everybody, they save lives, yeah.
This song is mixed by
Papa C on the beat.
Well, plenty thank you to Father C and Treasure for that fine song they wouldn't do for we titled One Love. In case you just joined, remember say this is a special program called Corona Talk where they reach you from different radio stations from across the country. And now the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists and the Independent Radio Network, IRN, come together for bringing this program to you as part of Corona Response Initiative and with a broadcast from Radio Democracy on FM 98.1. And Seth, you Seth can be part of the program by you can send your text message to 077 981 981.
Fambul, like how we've been telling earlier in the program, we don't get to Dr. Samba Jallo and Ina, the Secretary General for the Salone Medical and Dental Association. And then at the studio for talk to we, but boku issue them we get for relates to this corona effect in the country. Doc, good afternoon and welcome to the studio.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you.
Well, begin first for tell we what in una involvement. Waiting una they do so for help this corona effect.
Thank you very much for you invite me as an association. So me for represent the association generally, we don't do plenty things, but ideally we in the front line as the fight consideration generally, because like as a SLMDA, that's the Sierra Leone Medical Dental Association, and together with other members in the healthcare sector, we don't try as best as possible for put things them in place even before we get the corona, because we'll try for be proactive as much as possible, because that's the first step in terms of preparedness. Though you get one or two things that will not be there in place, but we at least try for start up with things that we feel say will be necessary, prepare the mind of people them in the country generally, and as well as we membership. And we colleagues them now the other sector for know that we all need for work together for fight the coronavirus, because not to just one sector the fight, but especially this load the more on we the healthcare workers them. And as team, we try first of all for work on the education aspect, ensure that people them are aware more in terms of the public health measures them will put in place. This, I believe, say now one of the things that will help at least in terms of controlling a bit the spread, with experience where people don't get like from the outbreak of Ebola. We know that most of the things them get for do with our personal hygiene, and I believe say it will be much simple compared to the time of Ebola for facilitate or ensure that people get the knowledge required for help in the prevention of the COVID transmission. So like now they try for educate more the public continuously, because the virus of itself now a very new virus, and they try for make sure say people can get updated information regarding the virus and be consistent in terms of following all the preventive measures, because at the end of the day we need for be consistent, not to just for do them for some time and stop back. And as you observe, or not observe generally with time, you get changes in things that we the request for. Initially when we start to not be ask people MC for put for instance masks on all the time, but now they appeal to the public, and even government or pull notice generally say whenever it in a public you get for put up the face masks. But for let somebody go you appreciate on understand why we give them measures there. You don't need for be medical personnel. I go try for ensure say during this program for just give like a breakdown about the virus generally, and the way we look about the means of transmission, talk about key things then like incubation period. Now a big term, but we go broken down for let people understand. Then we talk about signs and symptoms. Then they reiterate again or repeat back again certain things like the preventive measures, and get the mind of we people in the country for prepare in terms of the possible impact of COVID-19. As we see in the other countries, then even the developed country, them you get great impact. But if your mind already set and prepare, whatever be the outcome, we will try for survive at the end of the day. But like getting the understanding would be very good, because that will help people them for know that everything what they do, they try for getting the fact or accurate information at the end of the day. Because for let people know go denying, because another thing are the big thing. When people begin denying, the fight will become difficult, because they work inside the clinical aspect that is directly with the patient them. Then for come back to the public, most of the time it's difficult because most of the time, most of we go to work all day, all night, and for come back na public talk, it can be very, very difficult. But so we need as a teamwork for continue with that.
Well, let coincide the doc, like how you just they say, whole another work whole day for come back to the public because public information sensitization, the campaign is very important because when you look the kind of people the way we get at the country, you know, not all man go able to say okay, like on our internet, say look waiting at the sick. So how una able for work between una work and then the public information, how una they reconcile them to them, how una they do them.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, because we know say one thing is very much important for communicate with the public. So now that make whenever we get the opportunity, or like for instance, when we get in touch with we, even within the shortest possible time, we ensure say we get in touch with the executive members and we ensure say one person for represent because we know want miss such opportunity. We very appreciate we wanna give a call that Unawalo can present because we always they look out for the chance or opportunity for do that as much as possible because specifically for pandemic issues or in the epidemic issues, a public health issue and the education aspect or for people for know the basic thing go a long way. They contribute a much part of the treatment as we all get the common idea say for prevent is better than cure. So if the more people know or get knowledge about something, the more easy it is. So if you then tell you say do this, you know go doubt again. Like some people wouldn't say go quarantine them. We know how difficult at the listen just know from some people who they comment from the radio to IRN. It's really difficult because of we look at the socio-economic status of the country. In order good for many people, them only few of us, for instance, you will feel so okay, yeah, you're comfortable. But if me comfortable, me person around me not comfortable, I believe say now we all for me we all concerned and they are genuine concern. But now we own responsibility, especially like medics, for talk to this with Ambulem. They're already down. We know say government no go able do all thing. Yeah, we will blame the government most of the time, but let us be patient and ensure say we try because if you look at the advantage and disadvantage of any lockdown, the government for we as the medical people will go and say from day one let them lock 14 days. But like the government, oh no talk. So like you get for come in between because it's really difficult for the government for make such decision. But we they look at the scientific aspect because when you understand detail, you need like this lockdown. You don't prove and say it work for plenty places. Then, but for we are good, difficult smaller times. But we still need them, and people they need for understand whenever the need arise and governments get for they announce this lockdown plenty time. So then at we get for the now we mind as people in a salon follow go abide with the laws or any regulation or the government put out there because it's essential. Nobody in the country no go try for put anything for put somebody down. We believe that and we for cooperate because if one person not safe, meaning we all not safe. Until where we all safe now, we will say we all not safe now the country from COVID. So we all get that responsibility as citizens for ensure that we watch we neighbor them and ensure that we watch we safe well and be safe all the time. So for continue with the talk, I just want to give a brief overview. Let people enjoy.
No, before we come to the overview, let we look how una they look the threat, this threat against this corona from una na the frontline people where they find this threat because now una na the master sabi people them power body business. So how una they look at from the people they response from the government measures. How una they look at una think say if they go the way una think say you just talk say if we be left una for do 14 days straight, but government say let do and 3 days. So how una they look at?
Ideally, like some of the things that we request for, because we don't write plenty time, we don't request for that 14 days for certain reasons. They don't ever accept that 14 days. We know say like the people in the country, all man go put in points. But we get for watch one thing. Anything somebody they do, you get for weigh heavily the advantage and disadvantage. If you think where you get for do, it's necessary for do and do them. We know say it's difficult. If you want pass exam, trust me, if you get for sit don't read, you read. If you not read, the grade we go make, you not go too that up. but you go make impact, you go pass, for instance, but you no go get what you want at the end of the day. Rather than like when you spend more time and something more painful, like you go through that 14 days, we get high chance that the surveillance team, the other people go you go monitor. If you post it there around 9 hours, if you 6F, you know, you will make comments. Somebody will say around, go you would say, hey, Fatty man, you know well, then you will talk to them, you go. But if you go in and out, until they tell you they show some signs or symptoms, other person no go you will pick them, or the person will pick them, na treating see you know go get that time there for even talk to you, say, hey, you know go to hospital. But if you meet in a house with somebody, or you say I sick, your body want to, they say, hey, but Paddy man, we're doing house then days there, you don't begin low call 117 so that then go you will come help at the end of the day. So we get a lot of things where they go on, and the government on the tribal want let them try more in terms of providing more materials for the health workers so that we go able to do the job. And at the end of the day, the cooperation from the public is very much important, because sometimes like the quarantine side or where people are there on isolation, now a very difficult period that time, because at the end of the day, ask somebody for this for 14 days, then you know go get all the thing the way you want, but now the responsibility of the person also for be patient with the team where they in charge of the follow-up or for take care of them. They're not going to get, because if they go put you quarantine in another place, or you're on isolation in another place, trust me, you know go ever get what you be getting now you use. So at the end of the day, we need for no say, okay, these are some of you little sacrifice them we get for make for the nation at the end of the day. After the 14 days, nobody no go hold any person if the test come out negative. The other thing, since people in for the be that responsibility, the government look into that and ensure say most of them when they are waiting for the now then isolation or quarantine, let them try for do the test them and alleviate them, get that psychological ambience at the end of the day, say okay, I no get problem. It's a two-way street. The public give you part, sacrifice government need for go. We know say financial wise difficult forget most of the kids, but low press more forget, because you go only determine the state of the country, how best will it progress or deteriorate based on the test result outcome what they get. If you do plenty test, then you go able to say okay, we get more cases than in a particular area, then you will see for pressure more. But if you will not do much of the test, forget confirmatory test, we will tell you say the person get the coronavirus, is very difficult at the end of the day. So the people that wouldn't go in at the isolation, this more are the try for to, because I don't talk with most of them personally, but if they listen this now just like a word of courage, that then they let them try for be as much as patient as possible, because you know for set your expectation high in isolation or quarantine home, because you need to see the government will can't get all thing. It difficult, but then suppose government suppose excuse not for the. But however, for one or two reasons, it not can happen for most of them, and we can see people they send WhatsApp message, video, and the rest. So you get forget that patient mind day at the end of the day, because now for save your family and everybody in the country. Because if you rush and come out of the isolation or the quarantine place where you did, then who knows, if you turn out to a positive case, then you don't get other people them infected, because you don't get contact with them at the end of the day. So that they will be like some of the important things that we will need for take into consideration. In the area of the hospital, many things in the like the materials, we know say generally we get shortage, but we still encourage the government for try for do more. We'll get more materials them at the hospital, and the clinical staff them, they go try as best as possible for give it best at the end of the day. Because when you get all these parties working together, the government, the people who are in at the hospital, then we will see like a positive outcome for put the number of coronavirus down. Yeah.
Okay. Then when you look at when you look at doc, we find out say this fet here, not to just fet time any done. It get immediate effect, it get medium effect, it get long term effect. So like how then affect this fet so? Well, let me look what in at the immediate effect we get, the medium and the long term effect.
Yeah, because I mentioned that in the point where we try to talk the possible impact of COVID.
Mhm.
Then in a like possible impact, you will get thing that in a short term, you get thing that in a long term effect. Like the short term, you just see where people in the make comment, or they go make comment at times. If you watch the video, them you will not say like this are short term something. then go just stop your movement, freedom of movement, but it can be restored. Like for instance, after the 3 days, it's short term. Then they can go back to normal. All man go begin to move small. Though we get time. These are some of the things, and then people are not going to do basic business what they need for do at times. Then domestic business they not go through because of the specific time where the lockdown they come in and out. And beside the lockdown coming in and out, we already get a state of emergency. In order for the forever, but then like some of the short-term things, and they limit a lot of business activities. Them. So at the end of the day, people are not going to do what they do. Then we also know say if you not get a lot of people that they do their business, then school picking them for instance, all on stop for go school now. Not to all man go you will read online or get access to materials them online or do listen to radio program them for learn. We know say it's very much difficult. So that like some of the long term impact, you know, go show now, but because some picking them if they're not in a classroom then just not get for learn, then go engage in other things them, and for instance more like the woman them with them very young, attractive at the end of the day. Then he engage in other practice where will make them become pregnant at the end of the day. And that one person there, for instance, you don't destroy them or you don't destroy your own kind of plan, because if you get pregnant, you get to go through the normal cycle till they reach 9 or almost months you deliver. You don't waste that whole period. Let's say after the end of COVID, you can't be like a mother. Then you begin to go take class. It's difficult. It is still there's nothing not kind of impossible, but like the efficiency will be really reduced. So that are some of the long term. So just imagine, for instance, in each area you get 10 picking, they wouldn't get for get belly. Just like Ebola, it just get for happen. We not get way we get for do that because of the need to go school, and the mind just get for. It's just like biological urge. We can't stop them. The parent will do as much as possible for advise them. But if you begin to think about that way, at the end of the day, you will say, okay, this picking, if you get 3 or 10 picking them get belly in one area, this replicates now throughout. We get like 10, 20, 30 of them. This now will be sisters and I will picking them. We don't go astray. But for let them come to back, then are long-term changes. You understand? So we got to think all about them small things, and not all man they think some of we they analyzing things, and we can make at times you can be very robust, very harsh in terms of where they make measures. Because when you think, you really think in terms of the impact of that they were measures. So with for that tell somebody say then I will still not come and take after a week, but you go better, you continue work. Which way you go prefer? Then that picking get for suffer almost throughout in life. Some big people, if they tell you how they left school, where they just get one belly, they know you pick that balance day again.
Yeah.
But if you then are for 1 week, 2 weeks, trust me, where you come back, they pick normal life if you are healthy. But if anything go wrong, because the more the epidemic, the pandemic, they continue, the more problem we likely forget.
Okay.
So the hardest way we feel so we will go, anything you get for pay the price for them. So therefore they consider that. And let people aware. At the end of the day, the natural cause of the virus get for take place. Now, this is the number they increase. We just get for accept that and no say get for happen. Till you get for go reach to that peak and begin calm down, it go don't cause too much problem and such that to get for they begin get shortage of material in the hospital. For instance, when they lock all during, I always the midday a PCMH, the belly woman the center they made the work. I always the thing but then small picking there because I be the work day.
Okay.
So now when they lock the right now because of some cases will be get and suspect and that they don't stop for operates. I always think who said them picking there they go right now.
Okay.
We get other hospital but they're not too strong as how all are during be there. So they always keep the emergency waiting they happy with their other picking and they at the end of the day.
Okay.
So these are all small things. Not to all man go see them, but some of we they see them thing and they. So these are all like long-term impact me they consider, and because some picking and they care away for need forget where is small, where you not get them, you don't miss your whole life. Because now they go get brain damage. Most of the time the picking already they born, they know they will breathe.
Okay.
Now you will cry for themselves. You need somebody who is specialized for manage them well till and can't. But if you not get that follow up, you brain damage, the chances of recovery for brain tissues or cells are very difficult for let them regrow back. So most of the time if you get damage, a permanent damage. And at times a simple procedure you will need for save that life. But no, you know they happen. If our patient and most of them they will Cooper or Kiama Road, then back then get too much workload.
Okay.
So you don't see. So this now one thing we government would for try for look to let them try for see as best as possible. Let ODCH try for start back at all cost. We know say difficult, but let government try for facilitate that one in starting because now a very big hospital we almost all man they can't them picking So me most of the work in the city below man them. We get some case the order for you, but send easy. Okay, look the door, look the next door. Go don't get a picking from delivery. You can send another if you don't get problem. But now we go for pull them way from that place there to Okupa or Kiama Road. Consider the distance, consider the traffic, everything. So that timing and medicine, it gets a lot to do with timing. So these are all now some of the impact them way they happen. And trust me, the case they get where they die along that, then the number of them deaths then they high past the number of corona who don't get. And many people don't know that. Some of we know that. So at times,
during this period, this corona.
This whole tell who don't get corona, you will already tell you see the number of cases they who don't get we know to directly due to corona. But now indirect cause of corona, he high pass what you don't get from corona death. And that's just realistic. Most of the death they get now because of indirect impact of the coronavirus. Because you go and see patients, you want get a whole thing, but because of a suspect case, like it happened to me, because I just do midnight calling this there. I happen for get a patient, want help them all kind means, but on a suspected case. So you get for be careful. They make yourself not even able to think that kind of stable way, because you know one risk the other one, you get in between.
And you self your own safety come first.
Yeah, you safety come first. No, we can always stress. Me not be get problem again. No, it's the decision not about other, because me can always do on me the PPE or any doctor or any nurse they go with the dress. For me, I feel say I go okay because I don't dress well everything. But like it's where they in between. I will send this patient in, I will send this and that. So that is a very big problem. At the end of the day, some people then forget some service. They end up forget them quick. Because you want determine say not to corona patient before you use other thing for them. Because if you compromise that, it happen for be na corona case, then you don't cause a lot of big problem at the end of the day. So you go say okay, well let that one person lay in beer. You go the watch. So that's it. So there are a lot of things with the medical people they undergo in terms of critical thinking at this period. So now that make we need a lot of support from the public and as well as the government. Enough it we they think mentally like how for work clinically, then with the girl that's thin and short, a much difficult. We understand say a lot of issues socio-economically, but let's try as a nation as best as possible, especially like the testing for up than the up. Because if you get somebody, you go put an isolation, you want try for know the person results as early as possible for make a decision. The longer the person stay there, you get for feed them, you get for do boku thing for them, there you get for the wondering, there you know the you trace contact. So if you know send a negative, then people always don't link to way linely, you know to get too much worrying again. So it is save resource. At times we they watch and say, okay, not doing the test is saving resource. For me, no. Because if you do more, you save more resource. But people, it's something you cannot see if you don't analyze. You know, analyze them. But if you analyze, trust me, if I get for do 10 tests, for now I not do 5 action. Why can't I do this 10 test? And if you not do this 10 test, you go there in between because you still get for play guest game. Maybe. So in that maybe you get for cover plenty other things. And so spend one go. You know, say, okay, if in a 10 test I get for that, I don't do the 10 test. But this 10 test, now 3, then positive. You focus for them 3, then 7 people, then you let them go home, then back get a alafia day, then back get a psychological rest day at the end of the day. So you get a lot of things them will get for push, but we try as much as possible for always engage the government and most of who members them they inside the committee then, so we try for push for let we go get things them stable.
Where you look, I know say like where you don't begin mention these not challenges, they're so boku. You know, let we go inside the challenge them proper. Apart from the why I read you don't mention, whose other challenge they will una get inside this corona fit?
The PP in another problem.
How? Una not get enough?
The PP most of the time them you they get delay in supply and other things them. So always for me, like you always get forgotten at your hospital. So let we ensure say as a nation we try for put things then straight. Because if you will not get enough medical personnel them, so I don't feel say we for even play game with that, we'll go get low PP. Because if any one person go down, he gets infected, it affects a whole bunch of other people them. Then you already not get enough medical personnel, especially like the doctors them, they're not plenty. So if you want doctor sick right now, that doctor they go down contact other people then you know go want that and they all sit down. We not get like a second and then they, even some of who they think about in the long run for burnout. Like you work all day, all night, you can't.
You
We
tire,
too, we are humans.
fatigue,
You
yes.
don't understand. It's just natural. Under a stable condition, everything being equal, ceteris paribus, you go say the thing, bam. But if things then change due to certain things, you want to do one great thing, continuous. If they can't do it time, you know that you will be much efficient.
Okay.
And at that point, like the people me for me always they know, and okay, even joke with that. You get for make them available, though we always ready for see the patient. The patient then I will patient them. But always you get for think first, but you use safety, get everything ready. And if the thing then they you know they get delay. At times some delay they now we go say, hey, una go cow this, una go cow then begin the fen. So let we try as best as possible for get stock of this then all the tertiary hospital them. And the other small hospital they will not need for forget them. Because make you always see they see other people there, who na salon people there. And even the private, because we don't push and I want to don't push a lot to the government. We know say the private sectors now like me or you doing your personal business, the money they make now for you in profit. Now you don't establish, we understand. But this not an epidemic or pandemic worldwide. This now for save we country. So we know say that individually, yes, now for making your money, but government can give a lending hand to them hospital lending. Some of them because don't pull notice to them, like if you know say you don't get proper setup, stop for one. Especially like side for put isolation, or patient care for keeper. If you not get, let them stop for one because you will end up for risk all man. Because some of them are we colleague then they work in the private sector. And if they get infected with the interact possibility they back for transmit or even the patient then because the setup not good for the one that would get good setup we encourage them for structure well more and maintain the standard as how the other government hospital they operate. So at the end of the day they will reduce transmission as best as possible. So for these private sectors then it also good for let government see. We know say it's difficult for government for even support the government hospital them, but giving more support to the private sector them, because now we also salon people they see. Because you know go say some man they say they go church camp, some man go say they go Aspen. Because you go afford to pay that money they for goodie. But at times Aspen or even church camp can shut out with something. So if you then push or request something from government and let government be reasonable and look say and can support them, especially with PPE, the personal protective gears them, because it they run out for all man. But let's try for source out as best as possible, as much as we can, because we get forget plenty cases then. Because if you just watch today, almost we get you don't see, and you get for the increase because now simple logic. If you like today, we don't get 10, then 10 they already don't contact people. Oh no. So for then 10 people there, if they don't contact let's say 20 or 30 or 50 people there, we're not gonna expect them 50 forget the virus. So but something 10 back or 20 of them 50 then they go don't get them. Then back will get chance for transmitters. So you see the trend. So another while people understand. You don't need for be medical doctor for you to think that way. Get that analogy. Say okay, if this amount done they happen and every day that they happen. So after every week, a week or two, you find out say the number they increase. So as you get the number they increase, now so you get more contact. So you find out say if you watch from the public the notice where the ministry they put out, you see the number of the people who they quarantine they increase in the thousands. So there is also chance also for let the active case then go into that number. Because except otherwise, but most of them if so I make a press on the testing. So if we try for do a lot of the testing, we not say difficult, but we'll try and put more strength, because if you know say weakness, what you do is SWOT analysis, you strength everything and opportunity. We not say that we strength the strength what we get as a nation, we don't get experience of similar something, don't know to the same or similar public health something like Ebola. As a nation, I mean one of the things I always be glad for small. I say okay, we nation not go big rich, but rich in terms of information, because like this time compared to the time where we fight the Ebola, it was really difficult for convince people them for let them know say Ebola na true, the means of transmission, and even following personal hygiene. Where even beside Ebola or Corona, you follow them as an individual. But now at least I'm so happy that people they try. Then one other thing again, we me take as a very important thing, where go one echo now regarding them face masks use. People they try, easy, not all man. Some of we make they all with even the big masks. very few, not all man will breathe well in something. You go say they suffocate.
Exactly.
Even some of our colleagues and they find it difficult. But like for me, I go do only continuous with face masks are comfortable.
Okay.
You understand? So not all man get for be comfortable. But please, this not for the public more. You don't need for be comfortable. You get for get trained for certain things. But if you the thing push you past mark, find way they pull out, you go in a corner or some side way now you want go did it.
Okay.
But not say because the thing don't choke you, you go end up for trade that
Mhm.
with for pull the marks and they within crowd.
Okay.
If you find out say don't become if they feel discomfort or they suffocate, you can pull the marks, not any a person like 3 feet or 6 feet away, go breathe fine. Wait on wait yourself, you find way for put another marks if you feel say the marks not contaminated. You can use them back. If you contaminated, you get for change and use another marks. You go back now the public because anytime they out there, not trust nobody. Even me. Normally, later I can tell me compare. I say I not even trust myself. I can contaminate myself. So I know they ever make. You don't say I get me soap. This is not alcohol. Now soap.
Okay.
Concentrated one when I tell you it dey with me constant because
Okay.
if you go sometimes for wasi and they don't dilute the soap.
Mhm.
So I know one dandy. They get me alcohol, usai water no dey, you use them. So these are
Okay.
like you get for create your own thing, but not all man go get them perception in it. So let people know say certain thing you take up the responsibility. At the end of the day, you will save the life. So the marks, what I observe them days, there are most people them they don't begin use the marks. But like from the one them when me observe because I be the do few days back just for get some clue,
Yeah.
hoping that I will get time for talk na radio or public for more people
Mhm.
go understand. Most people don't begin use the marks. Let's say if you count if I dey work and like Abacha or around Eastern Police, if you meet 10 people them we count na road me don't do as an individual several times, you go meet up like for instance 50% or 70% them put marks.
Okay.
At least 50% they put the marks on.
Mhm.
If you meaning if you see 10 people in the camp, where you count 1, 2, 3, take 10, 5 of them go must get marks.
Okay.
The problem now, when I begin analyze back in here, I say okay, I don't know say boku at least 5% they wear five people out of 10, then 50% at least they wear marks.
Mhm.
If you go out now the public because they don't begin use them. So I'm so happy with that. But now you don't begin do the thing, but load one the right
The
way.
right way.
Of that 10 people in the back, if you count who that they put the marks fine. Most people in England at the chin or at the neck.
Yes.
Or some man just hold and so no more in hand.
Mhm.
So if you check, now like 30% can normally put and fine. So if you count, so now between 40 or 30%, most of the time go put the marks bimbing at them
Okay.
face, we cover the nose or the mouth. Some man go just cover the mouth, he left the nose.
Okay.
You understand? So
Then, Dr. Interrupt you small. You mean they talk a while ago, say, if you feel, say, like you choke,
Mhm.
you can pull the mask.
Yeah.
If you're not contaminated,
Yeah.
you can use them back.
Yeah.
How the layman gonna say this mask way I've been not used is contaminated?
normally because like why that they all now because of we situation now the country or the availability of the resources.
Okay.
Ideally the principle for marks now one thing use, especially
Okay.
the surgical marks,
Mhm.
they want to use or even this. You understand? So most of the time now one thing if you use most of them thing and they become a disposable something there.
Okay.
But because people are economically it's just not feasible, so therefore be realistic with yourself. So now I make me we don't put your marks in your face left for church because you know side on church you hand.
Okay.
Now I make I talk about the means of transmission. It can
Mhm.
be contact or droplet.
Okay.
Corona not to airborne something for now scientifically we still maintain the two things. Though other school of thought they come with it being an airborne. But for now, law just still maintains say the means of way the transfer from one person to another now two-way. Contact, you touch something or the surfaces where already contaminated with the coronavirus, you mistakenly touch your nose or pick, then you inhale them.
Okay.
Or you get them via the droplets. Somebody get the virus, either symptomatic, it will show signs and symptoms, or asymptomatic, a cough before you, then the thing for them at the ear for some time. Then when the cough, that spring way the spring, I mean we institute the social distancing.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, if you're not in that close proximity to the person, even when you cough, like school days we get that sign something like projector, you go with speed. So like where the same ball no more or basketball. So you
Okay.
get for go to a given distance. So if you maintain that 6 feet distance or 3 feet, you go find out say the thing no go reach na your nose.
Okay.
So now that make if you always give distance, even if somebody cough, you get the virus, the thing no go end up go to you, we go inhale at the end of the day. So that distance is very important. So the person with the mask will go na that corner the in one and remove that mask there. If you get opportunity for change, and most of the time you can find it change. But like the cloth one, then I make we can say, okay, fine, you go get double or two. One done sweaty, you go change that day and make sure say them clean them properly, you iron them well, because you just get for you use them, because no we will tell people and say good they get anyone, you know, just feasible.
Okay.
I make we say the public for use the cloth marks
Mm-hmm.
more the while we get that 3 layer, we get one material we don't prove say in Kiyobu prevent virus, not to just the double, but other school of thought they say okay, any kind material will prevent any kind face masks. So if you like where you get so marks right now, maybe I get me your marks. So you decrease more the chance. So always ensure say even if you get marks, not see you compete in here, you not get marks, say no because I get marks. No. Still and say paddy man use the marks, or paddy woman use the marks, or brother use the marks. Because when you use your marks and use your marks, una get more chance for prevent the spread more. But if you one person per no more use, you dey increase the chance for getting transmission.
Okay, plenty thank you, Dr. Samba Jallo. Continue for the with we at the studio. Dr. Samba Jallo na the Secretary General for the Salone Medical and Dental Association. Famble, if you just join we, this na the special /IRN radio program where we put together for this 3 days lockdown. We'll take a short break and we will definitely come back.
Oh, I love the sound.
Sitting on the fence without no hope, gazing in the blue sky with so much burden, yeah. The sounds of ambulance, broadcast everywhere, yeah. You go look when they ask, now it's in there, yeah. Every day that go knock now you door, every day ambulance go pass. And so the case does the increase, the death does the increase, yeah. Papa God sorry for we and take away corona, yeah. One love to our doctors, yeah. One love to our presenters, yeah. One love to all the spreaders, yeah. One love to our nurses.
Welcome back, and as we carry on with the program, we partner BBC Media Action Salone been do one program on the COVID-19 sick. We're gonna bring and come to you for make you understand more about this sick and how we're able to save we safe and we fumble them.
BBC Media Action says, let with power for well body. Everybody in a salon.
Welcome to Tower for Well Body, BBC Media Action radio program with special focus on the new coronavirus, the COVID-19 sick, where the world they deal with currently. Me, na Emric Roy Coca. As Salone don record case them of COVID-19 sick, waiting before they do now for make the sickness scatter na the country.
Stay far away from somebody. When you stretch your hand, you're able to touch the person. Or, some people in Boku, because the place tight, and I go must gather. The best thing na for follow that step there. Not can near a person too much, and not go outside people in Boku. Down in a way for prevent the sick. So now I make the idea back coming for the wash and fast.
Some people don't they face challenge where it come for practice the regular wash and physical distancing.
Well, for now, we don't get boku wasan bucket. For now, people that they practice the wasan, but we don't get bucket. We to use now with communities then. Even hand sanitizer, we don't get.
Listen to maybe make Salone been done ready for any possible outbreak. And April 1 this year 2020, President Julius Maada Bio be announced the first confirmed case of COVID-19 na Salone.
It was not a matter of whether, but when. Ladies and gentlemen, the when is here. I have called this press conference today to announce that Sierra Leone has registered its index case. Case number 1 is imported. I repeat, case number 1 is imported.
That's the voice of President Julius Madabio, who said he been announced the first confirmed case of COVID-19 sick na Salone. From that same day to now, we don't get other cases them of COVID-19 sick. So, waiting well body workman them they do now for make sure say they able to track people who don't come in contact with them confirmed case here. Dr. Mamadou Balde, President for Junior Doctor Association and Semoiso Medical Doctor na Chest Clinic, Connaught Hospital, explain.
We be get a place outside and they keep people them with a suspect say go get the sick. So all the one they will be travel come inside Salone before they lock the airport. All the one and they be in a one place outside they be observe them. Now outside and call the quarantine center. Then one and they na be like within and call high suspect. So then they keep it in there for that period, that time we then go they observe them and study them. If then anything then show, then go test them. So now among the one and they we don't get some case them we then they go and announce on daily basis. So then they test them. If the test come positive, that means you get the sick. Can negative, it means you not get the sick.
Member family with the list we now witness some the symptoms of COVID-19. The way and how person will make you feel will make you suspect say maybe you don't catch COVID.
Most of the people that we get is sick. The first thing we then go begin show na fever. Then body they warm, and when your body they warm pass mark, then you can begin notice you they cough. When that dry cough, then are two common signs the one in the. Some they now can end up forget what they call problem for blow. So then with the one blow, then they strain, and some one then can end up for the sneeze. Some then go they get problem for sweller. What I mean then the sweller, but then they feel pain within the sweller. So now the common thing the one and the way possibly get COVID can present with or you can get. But then same thing they also I don't talk. Other sick in the back way can appear. So we person body warm no mean say directly you don't get COVID. Can be say get malaria, can be say get other sick. Or we person the cough, it not necessarily mean say na the COVID you don't get. But if you notice anything and the way you not be the get am before, the best way you for do now for call the 117 number and then now go come do the proper checkup by you and say you meet the criteria, you meet the condition for saying that this sick here you don't get.
How it is spread the COVID-19 sick and who that's the spread them?
The sick na we person the sneeze or we person the cough. It they pull some water na in mouth or na in nose, which then they call droplets. Now that droplets they na in contain the virus with the kidney sick. So if that droplets they that water they camper you, if you can you mouth, you can you nose, or you gonna you eye, then you dey end up forget the sick. Okay? But the one we not get any of them complain there when they say na the asymptomatic, or the one we get problem when are the symptoms, they all can transmit the sick. So you know we will tell, say this person here so in normal, it a waka, it not look sick. In back can be say he get the sick, but it not show the symptoms that it not show then signs that we don't talk about. So then he end up for still give other person then sick then they. But the fact that as soon as person gets them, whether he get fever or he not get fever, he still able to pass the sick give other person.
So person can pass the sick to another person without exhibit any COVID-19 symptom.
Exactly, and they say.
So now with the about physical distancing, social distancing, how then they prevent the spread of COVID-19?
Lots of things and they will not still clear very well to we the medical people then the one that we do research then still they study the sick very well. Okay, but one thing we don't clear na that we person cough or na we person sneeze or when you talk heavy one you pull that small water within they call droplet. Now through that droplet through that water then the virus they na inside the id. So if then they camper you directly or you go na table, now one way than the way the sick could spread. Okay? Or you touch table outside the person be don't cough, you know what you want. You use that you same hand you put on your nose, you dey get the sick. So now I make with the advice say you dey stay 6 feet from anybody. So even if that person cough or even if the person sneeze mistakenly while you dey pass, that thing with the common I know